Welcome back, America. I'm Hugh Hewitt. One of my great sponsors is the organization Americans for Prosperity. Its leader, its CEO, is Emily Seidel. She joins us now to talk about a big new initiative by AFP, otherwise known as Americans for Prosperity. Good to see you again, Emily. Tell me about One Small Step. What is it? Why are you doing it? Why now?
Well, Hugh, it's great to be with you as always. Look, we're coming up on America's 250th anniversary. And so that should obviously be a celebration, also a unifying moment, I think, to reflect and recommit and rally around the things that made this country the greatest, the freest and most prosperous country on earth, our core principles that were present at the founding of our country 250 years ago. But I'd also say, it's not just the 250th anniversary of our country. This is also a unique moment for us as Americans. I don't know if you saw the recent Gallup poll that shows that pride in being an American is at an all-time low. Only 58% of Americans say that they are proud. And if you look at the crosstabs, you can see that it's even lower amongst younger generations. And for us, that's just this flashing red warning sign. Because if we forget and if future generations forget what makes this country so special, then we're not going to have the active citizenry to protect it. And so One Small Step is our campaign. It's our contribution to the celebration for America's 250th, but it's also our answer to the moment that we feel like we're in as a country. We want to show people that they can rediscover what made this country work, and they can make a difference in making sure that it continues to guide our country for the next 250 years.
Now, Emily, I want to underscore for the audience who's watching on the Salem News Channel or listening on any of my radio affiliates, the website for this effort is takeonesmallstep.com. Takeonesmallstep.com. It's a verb. Take one small step. When they go to takeonesmallstep.com, what will they find, Emily, and why?
Well, they're going to find a lot of stories of Americans across the country who have taken a small step with Americans for Prosperity and have improved something in their backyard, in their communities, or in their state. I'll give you one example. There's a single mother in Montana. Her name is Bianca. And she was struggling to make ends meet. And so the one small step that she took was she decided to start talking about it, talking about the challenges. And that put her into a movement in Montana to drive income tax reform in the state, which resulted in not just a solution for her own situation, but relief for thousands of families across the state of Montana. And so you can go to the website, you can be inspired by those sorts of stories. And then it's also the invitation to take action. The very first thing that we've done is we've challenged our state chapters across the country. As you know, Hugh, Americans for Prosperity has state chapters literally from coast to coast. And we've challenged each one of our state chapters to engage the folks in their states to take 250,000 steps for freedom in each state before the 4th of July next year. And so we'd love for your listeners to go to the website, get inspired from the stories of people who are already engaged, and take their first step to make a difference in their backyards.
Now, the law of Luntz is you've got to say something 7 times in the same segment for anyone to remember it. So I want to do it 2 more times. Takeonesmallstep.com. Takeonesmallstep.com. An example of a single mom struggling in Montana is a great one. Give me another one, Emily. And I had breakfast this morning with Jonathan Bush, probably going to run for governor of Maine. Maine is a really messed up state, very poor state, but it's got 2 senators in the center, Susan Collins and Angus King, and they'll be running campaigns, and Jonathan will be running a campaign, and other people will be running a campaign. But what kind of things, not political things, can people do to take one small step?
Yeah, well, so a step for freedom could be just knocking on the doors of your neighbors and talking about the challenges that they're facing and seeing if you can come up with a solution or something you can drive forward in your community. It could be going to a town hall or joining a phone bank or signing a petition. There are a number of different ways to take civic action, which is at the core of what it means to be an American in this country. It's how our founding fathers developed develop the plan for how to build this great nation. I'll give you one more example from right next door to Maine in New Hampshire. This one actually hits close to home for me. I'm a recent cancer survivor. There's a man named Michael in New Hampshire who was recently diagnosed with terminal cancer, unfortunately. This is an incredible thing to say is one small step, because it's actually extraordinary. In between his chemo rounds, he goes in person to lobby lawmakers to expand right to try, so that people who have received a similar kind of a diagnosis as his, they have every opportunity to save their lives by trying any treatment that's out there. I'm pleased to say that because of Michael's hard work, that bill has just passed in New Hampshire and is currently awaiting the governor's signature. So we've got stories like that from across the country.
All collected.
That one's about life and death, literally.
All collected at takeonesmallstep.com.